Well, Sarah Houston and Tom Bauer are still with me, along with historian and author Sir Anthony Seldon. Sir Anthony, a big shock tonight for the country, for the world, that King Charles III has been diagnosed with cancer. We don't know what the cancer is. We don't know how serious it is, but we do know he's cancelling all engagements where he would have to face the public for the foreseeable future. What do you read into this?
I don't know what to read in it, to Piers. I mean, it's so unexpected. We can read so many different things into it. It could be just precaution. He is 75. He's not a young man. It could be the doctors are just saying, let's take it very steadily and cautiously and carefully, but there's nothing very much to worry about that we can't deal with our modern treatments. At one end of the spectrum or the other, it could be a serious and advanced form of cancer. At the moment, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else does outside the royal circle.
Sir Anthony, what are the constitutional implications of this situation? If we assume for a moment, God forbid, that the king is very seriously ill with a serious cancer and that there is a possibility that he may not come through it, and that's the worst case scenario, obviously, and we don't know for a moment that that is the case. But what is the constitutional situation here?
So it does show that the monarchy really matters in modern Britain. I mean, why are we talking about it? Why is the world obsessed about this today when there are so many other pressing issues, wars, and in this country, the prospect of a general election and party politics? It's all been swept aside. And why? And in a way, it's very hard to say exactly what the monarchy does do, but we do know that it's important. Not important because many people, a majority of the country, like it and want it to continue, but because it's fulfilling part of our constitutional function. It does help hold the United Kingdom together. Take away the monarchy, and there's not a great deal holding together the constituent nations of the United Kingdom. It does help provide a sense of continuity, meaning and purpose, and somebody has to do it. So what will happen has already been pointed out with Princess Catherine herself unwell, and we don't quite know what's going on with her. That's a lot falling back on William, but also on his two functioning siblings of Edward and Princess Anne. But they're not exactly frontier figures. So there will be cover. I mean, what's important, what we know, is that this monarchy fights. It hasn't survived for 950 years without fighting for its survival, and it will make do somehow, whatever absence or whatever problem this is.
But Mr. Anthony, on the Constitution, if the king is incapacitated, what happens then? If he's alive but incapacitated, if he can't perform the functions of state, if he can't see the Prime Minister and so on, what happens in that eventuality?
Well, eventually there could be a regency, as happened with George III, who was incapacitated through mental problems. He reigned for 60 years, but by the beginning of the 19th century, he clearly was incapable of providing that steadiness of purpose at a time that the monarchy was more central and important in the country than it is now. So there would be some form of regency, and I would imagine that William would step up and become the regent, and that he would be taking over the political functions of the monarchy, so that those essential functions for the continuity of the British state would be allowed seamlessly to continue.